From painting houses to the World Cup, I want to walk you through my 4-step progression from getting my home service business up and going. And I want to deep dive each different stage that I've had over the last 17 years in my entrepreneurial journey. And the point of making this piece for you today is I want to get you inspired, number one, for what's possible, but also want to show you that success as an entrepreneur does not come overnight. And this may be a lot different from what you're seeing on Instagram and YouTube today, that seemingly entrepreneurship has somehow been made to be like easy, or like stuff shoots up to the right and up almost overnight. And like, if you're not growing quickly and 10xing, you're like kind of screwed up and falling behind and don't know what you're doing. That's not being my case in entrepreneurship. So I want to show you each stage. And I just think it's kind of cool reflecting this last week. Literally yesterday, I took my son Beckham to his 3rd World Cup game. So he just turned 3 this past week. And we just got back from watching Switzerland versus Colombia. We stayed the whole way, 120 minutes, and it went to a shootout. Switzerland won. And what an amazing experience to be able to do that with my son today. We also went to Canada and Qatar, and Canada versus Switzerland. So kind of went crazy with the matches here in Vancouver, and Beckham loves soccer. So do I. And what a cool experience to be able to do that. So I thought, why don't we rewind the clock? Why don't I share maybe things I haven't shared before by way of like team structure, revenue, and growing along the way. And I think you're going to be able to get a lot out of this one. So let's wind it back when I was 20 years old. Okay. So I started somewhat of a painting internship with a company called University First Class Painters. And I got recruited. I had concussions at the time that forced me out of playing soccer, as I was on a soccer scholarship as a central defender. So the concussions put me out, and I got recruited to run this house painting franchise, which I didn't know anything about. I'd actually painted the previous summer for a subcontractor for Home Depot. And so I knew how to tape and prep windows, but I didn't know anything about running the painting business. And so I went through this development program, and I learned how to market my business. I learned door knocking. I learned how to do estimates, and I learned how to hire my first few painters. But my revenue progression with this company went with 52,000 was my first summer of revenue running my own painting business. And I made about $10,000 on that. But if you actually costed out what I was making per hour, it would have been well below the minimum wage, because I was working 14 hours a day, working on holidays. All my friends were going out partying. I was just building my business. And the one thing with me, like, I'm very diligent. When I get onto something, I just keep like doing the same thing, very consistent. But it wasn't like I'd made money so quick from this business initially. I was actually on the tools as well. My first summer, I lost 15 pounds. It took me a long time to actually figure out this business. And I almost didn't return for a second summer, because I'm like, what's the point of this? I'm working all the time. But the second year, I kind of had a bit of a breakout, right? I was 21 then. I kind of ran around the bases once. So that year, I did $105,000 in revenue. But it wasn't just building a 6-figure business, which I was proud of. I actually made $30,000 on the bottom line in a summer, like everything paid. And that's where I was like, dang, this is like a really legitimate business. Let's try this again. So I went back a 3rd year and did 190,000. And that summer I made $50,000. And then the 4th year, I'm like, man, I don't even know if I want to get like a big boy job, right? My sister's always humorously called me Peter Pan, where when are you going to grow up? When are you going to get kind of a real job, right? And I'm here, I'm 37. I still don't have like a real job, right? And that 4th year did over 300,000 in sales and made over $100,000 of profit from the painting business. And that summer I had a team of 10 painters, and I was like, man, home services is so sick, especially in the residential sector. Being 23, turning 24 years old, I was then finished my business degree, And I knew at that point in that summer that I'm not going to go work for someone else. That was like a very defining moment for me that I knew I wanted to do this, right? And so that was kind of the first phase, was painting houses and kind of following that revenue progression and learning that this can be a pretty legitimate business, propelling a pretty awesome lifestyle. And I got really good at doing in-person estimates. That was kind of my thing that I kind of took into phase 2, which I'm going to dive into now. And phase 2 was when I actually got to building out the next painting business that I had. The student painting model came to me and said, hey, do you want to actually buy into our professional painting model? And I said, yeah, I do. I want to continue with this. I had bought my first condo. And so I went and continued with the professional painting model. And that turned into kind of year over year running this, $500,000 business and making pretty easily 6 figures on the bottom line. But here's the kicker. Also having 3 months off in the winter. And that's when I got into, backpacking through Asia and kind of living almost this lifestyle that this business provided, through my 20s. And that was great. So that was kind of moving into phase 2, but kind of middle of phase 2, I'm like, okay, I want to actually now build my own real brand. Not that it wasn't real with painting, but anyone who's ran a franchise knows when you're paying kind of a royalty, you operate it, but you don't actually own the whole thing. And I was like, I want to see what I can do to kind of build my own brand. And kind of as I alluded to with the backpacking through Asia, I saw with my own eyes on motorcycle tour that a lot of our world still, we just don't see it in North America, doesn't have access to clean drinking water. And I got it on my heart to say, what if I built a brand locally that could make money, but could also donate money abroad to help bring clean water to people who didn't have it? And so this whole genesis of Revive was born. And that was what I wanted my brand to be. And Revive means literally to bring life to. And so I thought, if we can, at a physical level, bring life to homes that we're cleaning, washing windows, gutters, siding, roofs, that makes sense. Can we bring life to others across the globe and actually provide them with clean water? And I did it with a really simple give back model. I was really inspired by an entrepreneur I look up to, Blake Makowski, started Tom's Shoes with his give back model. I just chose to take 3% of our top line revenue every year and donate it to a nonprofit we work with here in Canada that would actually sponsor global water projects. And so we got our heart on Cambodia and we started giving money off the top 3% of our revenue to go to the organization to help to fund these water wells. And through the course of building, Revive over 8 years, I started it with $3,000, as a bit of a sidestep out of painting. Different services, different business, more of a recurring business model. But my first year was $89,000, right? Humble start, much like the painting. Then $155,000. I was basically like the office manager. And then in the third year, really busted out and hit $582,000 in revenue and making over 6 figures in the bottom line. And that's where I could confidently say, hey, the painting business has been good. I ran it for 10 years. I'm going to close that up and I'm going to put my full focus into Revive. And there's a beautiful thing that happens when an entrepreneur almost has proof of concept and then burns the ships and says, hey, I'm just going to do one thing. So it was like horse blinders with Revive for the next 3 years, just building it up and growing it to be able to put a couple managers in place. And the year, especially we did 582, I got my first kind of taste of what a production manager can do in an exterior cleaning business. I ended up paying a friend of mine to basically run all the production for the business. And I paid him a percent of our revenue to keep the crews organized, do all the training, deal with any callbacks so that I could just be that sales and marketing person that I really specialized with the painting business. What I see is so many entrepreneurs get stuck, either the office work, the admin work, or they get stuck on the tools doing the thing, right? And it's not bad to be on the truck, but I think it's bad to be on the truck if you want to scale your business beyond yourself. And so Revive for me was really using the skills I learned in the painting business, but then being able to build it under my own brand and basically say, hey, instead of paying this royalty fee over here, I'm going to actually take a percent of that royalty fee and I'm going to allocate it to a cause that I really care about. And I'm going to try and build a whole brand, a whole movement around this. And it's a pretty cool story that over 8 years, starting with $3,000, growing it, I hired 54 team members throughout the life of that business. We produced over $3.9 million in revenue. We brought in 11,000 leads. We produced 5,500 projects, right? And just last year in the springtime, I was able to successfully exit that company. It was running. It had systems, people in place. I was able to have a buyer come in and say, hey, I want to buy this business off you. Thank you for what you've built. You know, this is a great V1. I want to move it up to the version 2. I'll link up here. I've made a whole piece of content around why I actually chose to exit my business. All right, everyone, it's Dave Mormon here. And if you've been around us for any stretch of time, you're going to know about my best-selling book right here. This is Get Off the Truck. And I took 3 years of my life to write this book, which is your playbook, exactly how you grow an exterior cleaning business. Well, let me tell you, I've went one step further. We now have our Get Off the Truck Accelerator, which has over 100 exterior cleaning business owners now in our program that are getting access to pre-built templated systems, a tribe of other exterior cleaning business owners, and weekly coaching with myself and our team of expert coaches at Home Service Business Coach. So if you're looking for a program that doesn't cost an arm and a leg and somewhere where you can get started in investing in your own personal development, you want to check out the Get Off the Truck Accelerator because it's built only for exterior cleaning business owners. So if this is you, I look forward to you taking action and seeing you on the inside. But that was really phase 2, right? Was transitioning from painting and kind of moving into the cleaning business, which I shared about. And then we're going to move to phase 3, okay? You've been on this channel long enough. You know I'm a big systems guy, right? And so a few years back, 6 years now back, I had people coming up to me and messaging me on Instagram through Revive's account saying, hey, you know, you shared what you do for lawn signs. Can I have that template? How do you wrap your vehicles? How did you come up with a brand? How did you find a cause you cared about? How do you hire people, right? I was just sharing on our socials different things we did that just kind of came out of my business brain. I was just sharing with the world. And I had enough people reaching out to me. I said, man, I'm going to maybe just start helping people kind of on the side through, 2020 is kind of when it got started. And that's where the whole brand Home Service Business Coach got born, was just through people reaching out. And I charged the first person, that said, hey, I want to pay you for an hour of your time. I said, oh, what's your time worth? Well, I'm not really sure. I said, $200. Here's how you can pay me. And here's a Zoom link. And I started doing that. And before I knew it, my Fridays, I had 5 calls back to back, all $200, right? And it sounds exciting until you learn I'm actually an introvert and I get powered up by being like having my mouth shut, not open. But I do love to talk and do love to teach, but all within constraints of still like being able to protect my energy. And so what moved with that business was basically coaching a lot of different home service businesses, really honing in that I believe my gifting is for exterior cleaning business owners who want to get off the truck and want to build, get more freedom from their business, put people in place. And at time of making this content, I've been blessed to be able to help over 620 cleaning business owners now put systems in their business so they can scale. And I say we, because it's not just Dave anymore at Home Service Business Coach. We've got a number of coaches on our team that have also helped to share in all of our member success. So I'm the founder of that business. I'm still the CEO today, which I'm enjoying a lot, but it's a full team effort. And so I basically took the skills I learned with painting and plugged them in my businesses over a decade, and then 8 years of running a washing business. And then I put them all together and put them into this training organization now at Home Service Business Coach. And this business now has been humming along for a number of years. And that kind of moves now into stage 4. I feel like kind of a defining moment in the HSBC journey was really being able as well to author my best-selling book right here, Get Off the Truck, which you may have went through and read and left me a review. Thank you so much if you have. And that's kind of been able to take my knowledge and put it into a book, which was like a whole exciting process as well. But that kind of moves us into this stage 4 now, which is you look at these different stages kind of building up to now. I'm now now at a point in my life that I've grown the companies, I've been able to exit my recent one. The home service business coach is running along, that I'm at this point in my life now. I'm a dad now. We had a beautiful baby daughter a couple months ago. We have our amazing son. We got our golden retriever. And I'm at this point now that entrepreneurship and business has been so good to me. I've been able to get in my dream home, have my dream car. Again, I'm saying this to inspire you for what's possible, that it all started with a paintbrush and a 1991 Mazda B2000. But what people don't talk about is 17 years of getting here, that I can go and get World Cup tickets and go and take my son and go have a great day, and being able now to have flexible control of my schedule and be able to focus on the things that I love doing, like making content like this, like running coaching calls for our members, or working with our team and developing them. I'm at this point in my life, I don't ever want to fully retire. I now have optionality, is what I call it. The option to be able to go do something or say yes to something or no to something. And I'm not the one, like, I don't travel for business anymore, right? I just don't go away and speak at things. My roots are planted here at home because I'm a dad first and I'm a CEO second. And that's the decision I've made in my life now. I don't want to be working 50, 60 hour work weeks. I measure wealth now in presence in my family, in time freedom. I'm sharing this with you because you may be at a point in your journey right now doing $400,000 in revenue. And you're like, how do I bust past that? How do I put someone in place? Because I want to get that freedom. I'm telling you, I've seen it time and time again with our members at HSBC. It comes down to a decision of the owner saying, I have this vision of where I'm going. I'm going to get serious about systems, and I'm going to throw my ego out the window, and I'm going to plug some great people in place. Because for me, I would have never got here in my life if I didn't learn how to give up control to great people. And if I chose to be the one painting every single house and cleaning every single window and organizing every single truck and doing every estimate and picking up every phone call that comes in or dealing with every request on our Jobber CRM, right? That's not how you scale a company. You scale a company by actually doing less and putting systems and great people in place. And that's why I believe I'm on earth here today professionally to help cleaning business owners build a better life for them and their family. Because I want nothing more for you to have business be as good, even better for you than it's been for me. But it doesn't happen overnight. And that's the biggest thing of my story. It's about consistency, is about not giving up, and it's about making wise decisions and not trying to build a rocket ship overnight. If you look at successful entrepreneurs today, there's this quote, right? It took me 20 years to become an overnight success. It just doesn't happen today. And so if there's anything in my story that can teach you, is that success is difficult and it also takes time. But I wanted to kind of show you the whole progression today, that you can start on the tools with a humble start, and you can grow a company. You can pivot it a few times. You can take your own path, and you can get to this beautiful place of freedom. And I'm not here to tell you that, there's no problems in life, or that, this is like so easy. Nothing is perfect in life, but it comes down to you making a decision for what you want for you and for your family. And for me, at this current stage, having young kiddos, for me, winning and wealth is about presence right now around the home, which I'm loving. And it's about doing cool experiences as a family that I really think you can remember and you can cherish. And that's what I want you to have for your family as well. So drop a comment below. I would love to hear maybe something you picked up or maybe learned on this or even got inspired from, because that's the point of making this, is inspiring you to your next level for what's possible in this life. Because we only get one shot at life. And I want to help elevate your way of thinking for what's possible, so that this business can provide you an incredible lifestyle, so the business can be busy serving you and not the other way around. So thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. We'll catch you on the next one.